Welcome. Let's take a look at our top story this hour. It's a landslide victory for pro-democracy lawmakers in the Hong Kong District Council elections, which are being seen as de facto referendum on the city's Beijing-backed government. But China says no matter what the outcome is, Hong Kong will always remain its part. Now, counting is almost over, and pro-democracy camp has gained a majority in 17 out of 18 districts. It has won 390 of a total of 452 seats. The results are being attributed to young voters who participated in the anti-government protests. The development sends a strong message to China and the city's chief executive, Carrie Lam, as the pro-establishment camp won all the council seats in the last elections, held in 2015. Now, earlier, the establishment had a majority in the district council with 292 seats. Calvin Lam, the candidate backed by activist Joshua Wang, has won a seat from the South Horizons district. Wang, who was barred from contesting the polls for violating Hong Kong's basic law, has said that pro-democracy movement won't stop at the local polls and will surge ahead.
District council election is already the de facto referendum to prove how Hong Kong people deserve free election, when more than 70 or almost 80% of people vote in an election. Why can't Hong Kong people get back the right to elect our government? We are not satisfied with only elect the district councillors. Now is the time for the world to stand with Hong Kong. And I urge US government, President Trump, to sign on the Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act. Leaders in European countries must recognize it's time for them to develop sanction mechanism to target government officials in Hong Kong.
Meanwhile, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang has said that all camps in Hong Kong are pro-democracy and that the city will always remain a Chinese territory. Beijing has also said that it supports Hong Kong Chief Executive Carrie Lam's leadership for Hong Kong.
因为在香港就是主办的这个区议会的选举结果，就是民主派是大胜，建制派是大败，就是这个结果是您怎么看？
什么派大胜？什么派大败？
民主派，就是香港媒体。
香港大家都主张民主啊，大家都主张民主。
这个结果是你怎么看呢？
这个结果出来了吗？我看没有啊，还没有最终出来，是吧？我们要等待最终的结果，好吧？但是有一条很清楚。 不管香港发生什么样的事情，香港是中国的一部分，香港是中国的一个特别行政区，任何企图搞乱香港，甚至要损害香港的稳定和繁荣的企图，都是不可能得逞。
那就是什么结果也是就是。
In a statement released online, Carrie Lam said that the government respected the verdict and will, quote-unquote, seriously reflect on the results. Lam also has noted that the results pointed to the people's dissatisfaction with the current situation and the deep-seated problems in society. Remember, these are local polls and do not impact Lam's position, but they have certainly undermined her government's authority. Now, these are also the first polls to be held in Hong Kong since protests broke out in June. Our Hong Kong reporter, Grace Lee, delves more into the situation.
Yes, absolutely. We're seeing a lot of people on the streets today celebrating, pouring champagne, but also calling for Carrie Lam to step down. They're seeing this as kind of a public opinion poll on how popular the government is and how popular Carrie Lam is. And overwhelmingly, with the vote teetering towards pro-democracy, it seems that this is a very popular opinion here in Hong Kong that Carrie Lam should step down. Now, the district councillors don't actually have any powers to make that happen. They can't make any laws or veto any legislation, but what they do have is a say in the next electing the next leader of Hong Kong. So even if they don't manage to get Carrie Lam to step down, they will be able to perhaps get a more left-leaning leader in the 2020 elections.